women up north, New York and New Jersey, y'all be fighting. It was Mary J. Blige. Remember, she was whooping on Ken Dude's ass. Now she got to pay him all that money to go away. Now it's you, Faith. Now you been beating on Stevie J's ass. Now you got to pay him $1 million to go away. You up north, bitches, y'all need to keep your hands to yourselves.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down. Hold it down.
Bugs, hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please like, share, comment respectfully, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. For these, I think these are the Miss Hollywood DC frames in black gradient. I think that's what they call it. And because I'm trying to inspire you all to revisit uptopbeauty.com, all shades are $25. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and/or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. One, the members already know what this next book is. Two, for those of you who have recently joined the book club, whether it be through the YouTube paid membership or the Patreon paid membership, your $5 is so greatly appreciated. Now, let's read Faith Evans, Keep the Faith. It's a good book, y'all. I noticed early on that May's kindness was often taken for weakness. She is such a good-hearted person. She's always trying to do the right thing and help people out. I love that about her, but at the same time, I hated watching her being taken advantage of. After a week of watching someone's badass kids, I'd see the parent pick them up at the end of the week and no money would change hands. I wonder if May was a Cancer. Because the only kind of person that I can see inviting that many children into her home with so many different variables in place, for her to just be blinded by love and care for the children and not think about the manifestations of allowing so many different kinds of children in a household, because I know foster parents, and some of them foster parents got to get some of them kids back. So in situations like that, it makes me feel like she has got to be a Cancer. Because, Cancers, the mothers of the universe don't give up on no child. There is no child left behind when the mother is a Cancer. My grandparents kept me very sheltered in my early years. There were 3 places you could find Faith Renée Evans. Lewis A. Spencer Elementary School over on Muhammad Ali Avenue in the Central Ward, Emmanuel Baptist Church, and the house on Grumman Ave. If you saw me anywhere else, it was probably church or school related. Socially, they would let me go to my friend Courtney Terry's house. They liked her parents and knew she was a good girl. My grandparents were very, very strict, particularly my grandmother. There was no secular music in the house, and because there were so many foster children in and out of the house, there were a lot of household rules so that they could try to keep some kind of order. The one place where it was incredibly hard to shield me from drama was the apartment buildings on the corner of Grumman and Elizabeth Avenue. So I grew up in certain quarters, okay? And my life was pretty much like that. The only place you would see me was Meridian Hill Baptist Church, Holy Redeemer Elementary School, or in that damn apartment, Temple Court, that was smack dab in the center of Sorghum Quarters. Baby, one time my cousin Honey and my other cousin Skinny had came over, and I said, Grandma, can I go outside? It was after dark. Oh my God. I said, Grandma, can I go outside and play with the kids? Because all the other kids were outside. The only reason why she let me do it is because my cousin Honey and Skinny were there. Skinny, that's my cousin by marriage, removed because my aunt and my uncle ain't married anymore. My aunt is, anyway, that's a long story. I was like shocked. I didn't even understand what I was like. This is what kids do. They play outside. You can play. This is what happened. Playing. Y'all, I was so sheltered and confined to my little playroom / closet that I didn't even understand that it was other children in the building. I would see them, like I went to school with some of them, but I just was shocked at the fact that when you go outside, it was children there, and they played. And then I started asking my grandmother, because I told you my mama wasn't there, but I started asking my grandmother, Grandma, can I go outside and play? But the only time I could go outside and play was when Honey and Skinny was there. I could never go outside by myself. And when I think about it, I really don't blame them, because who knows what kind of bullshit I would have gotten into wandering alone in them projects by myself. But in contrast, going to my paternal grandmother's house, I was allowed to play outside all the time. But I think that was because it was Capitol Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like those were middle class blacks. My grandmother's best friend, Mrs. Hayes, lived in that building on the 3rd floor. She had 11 kids, and some of the younger ones were my friends. Although my grandmother was okay with me befriending Mrs. Hayes' children, I was not supposed to be in that building. Now I was a good girl, and for the most part I did what I was told, but there is something very alluring about an apartment building where it seems like the families are just a little bit more lax. Word. I'd get on my bike to go for a ride with Shonda and Penny, 2 of Mrs. Hayes' kids, and somehow end up 3 towns over in Russell. My granddad might get out the thick alligator belt for a stunt like that. Or perhaps I'd end up playing Spin the Bottle or Truth or Dare with some neighborhood boys. If word got out about something like that, my grandmother would get a switch from a tree and wear me out. And my mother would too. It didn't matter. I still found myself spending lots of time with my folks in that building. They were all a little faster than me. They had lots of siblings, lots of exposure to pop culture, and spent a lot more time on their own. So being over at that apartment was always a real education, and it helped me to grow up a bit faster. My mother would also warn me that some of the kids I wanted to hang out with seemed cool, but weren't really my friends. She had a point. I noticed early on that the people who were supposed to be my friends would always show their true colors at some point. Folks who seem like they want to befriend you may have ulterior motives. They might want to be close to you just to see you, or they may be jealous of you and want to keep you nearby to demean you. I experienced all of that and more.
Now, Faith, this is for you, Faith. Okay? You done around and got with a demon. That mean that's Stevie J. Now you got to pay that ninja $1 million for spousal support. Girl, you was over there minding your business, singing your songs and raising your children, not catching no more arrests in the airport for that boogity sugarty, minding your business, getting your body together, singing that song. I'll make it up to you. Baby, I'll do what I got. Ugh. And here comes Stevie Snaky J praying on you, knowing that you in a bad time in your life. And he like, girl, you know I made songs with your husband, but sometimes you can find love in the strangest places. Girl. And I know it's messed up because you know there was counts of you whooping his ass, and I can see why. Okay, I see why you was whooping his ass, because he's a demon. I don't know why you got with him in the first place, but I'll move forward. Faith, sometimes you gotta pay a nigga to go away. Pay him his $1 million to go away. And what's up with you bad boy bitches? You women up north, New York and New Jersey, y'all be fighting. It was Mary J. Blige. Remember, she was whooping on Ken Dude's ass. Now she got to pay him all that money to go away. Now it's you, Faith. Now you been beating on Stevie J's ass. Now you got to pay him $1 million to go away. You up north bitches, y'all need to keep your hands to yourselves.
Folks who seem like they want to befriend you may have ulterior motives. They might want to be close to you just to use you, or they may be jealous of you and want to keep you nearby to demean you. I experienced all of that and more. When I got into the music industry, I would again experience this several times with both famous and not so famous people. A lot of times someone would want me to sing for their friends, and then they would immediately start hating on me. She thinks she's cute because she can sing. If I had a nickel every time I heard that, really? Who the hell would say some dumb shit like that? That's stupid. She thinks she cute because she could sing. That's dumb. No, she thinks she cute because she fucking cute. Although May and Bob were strict when I was young, it became harder to enforce their rules as I got older because they worked so much. By the time I was in middle school, May was working the night shift at a wire factory called L-Rob. Well, who the hell was at home with all them damn children? What the hell? I'm not even sure what she did there, but I knew she would come home at 2 a.m. with pinpricks in her fingers that matched the patterns on the inside of wire cable. And Bob was working during the day at the Drake's Bakery in Wayne, New Jersey. He always bought me goodies from work. I was never without a devil dog or a funny bone to snack on. And though I was expected to be in the house pretty much all the time, I started trying to find small ways to escape. Word. Child, that was half the reason why I stayed in trouble as a teenager. I was escaping. Escaping the treacherous of these walls. These walls are closing in on me. Why must I stay here? There's nothing going on in here, mama. And though I was expected to be in the house pretty much all the time, I started trying to find small ways to escape. We had a washing machine, but no dryer. So on Saturdays, me and my cousin Candy and Gay and our foster sisters would drag huge bags of wet clothes up to Maple Avenue to the laundromat. It was annoying, but we were out of the house. Word. Fuck it then. Saturday, I'm on punishment. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to wash the clothes. Just go to the laundromat just to get out the house and wash clothes. Man, I've been doing grown-up shit for as long as I can remember. Living in the hood grows you up. You hear me? Being the oldest girl grows you the F up. I'm sure my grandparents were trying to protect me, but keeping me in the house didn't protect me from drama. It mainly just exposed me to different drama. I lived in a home with foster children moving in and out, which brought its own share of problems. Okay, here we go. There were children with different issues, plus parents drifting in and out to pick them up and drop them off. So downstairs, there might be some random guy picking up a daughter whose mom was just killed in a bar fight. And upstairs, there might be a woman dropping off a son saying she'll pick him up in 2 days, but she won't be back for months. That's that official, unofficial foster bullshit. I knew I had something special from a very young age. When I was barely 6 years old, I sang at my maternal grandmother's funeral down in Florida. When I was 13, my mother had another daughter. My sister Janelle. Since Janelle and I were so far apart in age, we didn't end up hanging together a lot. But I did spend some time with her. Now that she's older, she's one of my best friends. When I was about 14, I ended up in a gospel group called the Spiritual Uplifters. It was formed by Mrs. Wilson, an evangelist from our church. We called her Sister Wilson. Sister Wilson was best known for putting on local plays, including the one in which I made my theatrical debut. It was called The Devil Used My Children. It was said that Sister Wilson had real Hollywood acting experience. Everyone talked about her role in the 1984 movie Brother from Another Planet. She ended up getting me a role as an extra in a video. Rapper KRS-One had a song called You Must Learn. And because of some connections Mrs. Wilson had, you can see me and my friend Courtney in the video sitting at desks playing students. I liked and respected Sister Wilson, but even though I didn't think I was really interested in being in a gospel group, rehearsing and performing meant I was out of the house. We even traveled to places like Harlem, Philly, and Connecticut. I really appreciated that. After months of singing together and performing at different churches and other venues, I started to try to put together my own songs. During this time, I started obsessing, reading album credits and liner notes. I loved seeing all the people who came together to create a song. And I noticed when the performer was also listed as the songwriter for a particular song. I could pore over George Benson's albums for hours. Love George Benson's. This was before videos were really big. If you liked a song or an artist, the only way you could really connect was with that album cover. Word! You ain't never lied, nigga! And I remembered everything I read on those album covers, which is probably because my Aunt Pee Wee used to coach me on memorization. Everything from Bible verses to speeches. Her memorization lessons would prove invaluable to me in many ways. Yup. That's why some of them ladies that be on stage, they can't even remember their own damn song. And I ain't talking about the old ones who done sang that song so many damn times and now they in dementia. Okay, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ladies that just can't remember their own songs. Bitch, this is your song. Sing it. You be like, stop it, girl. I was entranced by the music I heard. And between my mom and my Aunt Hope, I was put on to everything from the Mamas and the Papas to Joan Baez, Joni Mitchell, and Jimi Hendrix. And of course, New Jersey had a long history of club and house music from Gwen Guthrie, Lolita Holloway, and Colonel Abrams to Jocelyn Brown, CeCe Rogers, and Marshall Jefferson. I soaked it all in. And that exposure, plus the steady diet of gospel music I got at home, helped inform my style. I told my grandmother that I wasn't really feeling the gospel group, but she brushed me off. I could have been more forceful about what I wanted, but I just didn't know how to plead my case. One great thing that came out of working with the group was my introduction to Tyrone Holmes.
Hey, T.